Hey everyone, Gemma here, and today we're building a secret fight club for the Oviraptors. Let's just hope that they survive longer than the scene in Dominion. Oh, brutal. So here we are, another week in another janky build. We are building the enclosure for the Oviraptor, and we went for the classic fence with rusted pieces. And we're basically just putting down the perimeter here. So to the left-hand side there, I actually have the Oviraptor. I wanted to see how incredibly small they are. And I wanted to make sure that we were designing this habitat to cater for none of their needs, because that's the whole point of this park, that everything's very small. So right now I am building what you would probably think is a hard shelter, but no, this is actually the entrance to the Fight Club.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
That's right, we don't talk about Fight Club, just like we don't talk about Bruno. But actually we should probably talk about Fight Club, because that's the whole point of this video. So yes, this is the entrance, and you would go through here, and the whole point of this is it's supposed to be designed as it was like a storage facility for the Oviraptor. So, you know, it just doesn't look that sus at all. Although there's a dodgy door at the back here that goes into a very, very horrible looking pen. So here's the pen that I'm building right now. This is the ring, so to speak, that the Oviraptors are unfortunately made to fight against each other. It's a horrible concept, which I don't really want to dig deep into, to be honest. But this is what this park's all about. It's about illegal operations. It's about just really horrible things that could possibly happen in a desert, kind of Tiger King-esque style park. So at the back here, you go in, you would probably get a ticket. You can bet on which Oviraptor you want to bet on. And yeah, let the games begin, so to speak. Again, horrible concept, but the world's a horrible place. So here are some benches that I thought I'd put down. So I just thought I'd duplicate them all around, and I hated it. I was like, not very happy with the way this looks. And then I'm just putting in some sand here. This is their like little fighting pit. And then I recolored this kind of moss to make it look like blood. Sorry, everyone. You should maybe come with a trigger warning. So is it blood or is it beetroot juice? I'll let you guys decide what that actually is. And then we're just putting some grime all around here, trying to make it look like it's just really dirty and dodgy and just horrible. Then I seen this really cool prefab which Frontier made, and I thought, this is perfect. You know, it's already pre-made for me. Happy to put this in. And the reason why I did that is for two reasons. One, it saves me a heck of a lot of time. And then the second is because it just looks good. So I'm just putting in some chairs now. I thought this would be a little bit more fitting, that there's only a couple of people here that kind of know about this. That's like, hey, have you been to Big Al's? I heard they've got some Oviraptors that you can make some sweet cash on. Now, I don't endorse gambling, but I'm also not your mum, so you can do whatever you want with your sweet money. But this is genuinely where this park is heading. The people who visit here have no morals, and the others, well, they just do not know what they're getting themselves into. So as you can see now, I'm having an issue now with the enclosure. It's just far too small. And then I'm moving out the barrier here, and I thought, hey, that might just open it up a little bit. So then I'm going back in, obstructed. So I thought, this is an issue. So as a responsible park manager, I decided to set them to the wild, which was probably the best place for them compared to what Big Al had in mind. So now I'm just putting the hatchery here, and look at them coming out, all happy. Just fantastic, frolicking. And then their tails went absolutely skyrocketed. I have no idea why it's done this. But yeah, it only happens with the males. It's very strange. But they've got these fantastic long feathery, well, I guess you could call them tails. Yeah, it just looks really strange. But don't worry, as soon as you load back in, ta-da, they are all fixed. So no Oviraptors were harmed in the creation of this habitat. It's later on. But anyway, let's get back to the building. So as the habitat is so incredibly small, what I thought would be quite cool is if they had a water feature, a drinking pipe, because I cannot put in water into this habitat. It's just far too small. The brush is far too big. it's an issue. So here I am just making this implied water trough. So we've got a little pipe there, and then I thought I would put a little drainage system in here. They can like check the water's fine, and we're just putting that in the corner there. So there's a little fountain underneath that creates the water feature. I would love, love, love if we could get some special effects in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Again, trying to manifest it, baby. Trying to manifest those good vibes. So, Frontier, please, please, please. I would like some fabulous water effects. I would like fire, so I don't have to keep on using lights. There's so much I want. Anyway, that's a whole different video. Now we're putting in foliage, which is my favourite part of the building, which is completely incorrect. Again, spamming the same stuff, making it look all grindy. This is just what my life is all about now. I actually love it. I will not complain about how much joy this brings me. But yeah, just making it look really, really used, really dirty, that they just need to get the power wash out and just look after this place. So as you can see, I have also moved the entrance to the Fight Club. So it now sits closer to the entrance, which was a conscious decision of people coming in. If they want to make like a quick bet and go into this horrible, dingy place, then ironically there's some rules and there's a no entry sign. I thought it'd be kind of nice to have this like staff only section as well. The staff are well aware of what's going on, by the way. Like, they probably actually take the money for these bets. So now what I thought would be quite nice is to make a little stand here. Now this is supposed to be for you to purchase Oviraptor eggs, which is, again, I don't even know if this is even possible. But who knows if it was possible, because we weren't around when the dinosaurs were around. But think farm, there's my little egg holder here, and then we've got these boxes full of eggs. This is supposed to be eggs. Use your imagination. I know it's really difficult, and I wish I could recolor those cannonballs, but unfortunately I can't. So the eggs are clearly out of date. They're very disgusting, but we've got a bucket there full of Oviraptor eggs. Hey, maybe they were that colour. Maybe they weren't chicken eggs. I don't know. So here we go. I'm now creating a sign that says eggs for sale. I decided to actually get rid of this, but I wanted to talk about it in, the speed build and kind of give the backstory of why I decided to get rid of it. And the reason for it is basically they're trying to grab the attention from the Fight Club and move it into this wholesome, oh yeah, we're just selling some eggs for sale. But also, if this was plastered on the front of it, and Lord forbid, someone was driving past who was part of DIN or an authority figure that came through and went into the park, and they said they seen that you were selling Oviraptor eggs, in plain sight, then you would obviously get fined or whatever. So this is the reason why I decided to remove it in the end, which again, don't get too attached to it. And yeah, I kind of have this thought that everything is so illegal. They shouldn't be selling Oviraptor eggs. They shouldn't be fighting with the Oviraptors. And it's kind of a money laundering system as well, is that they're making tons and tons of money from these fights, but they have to put it somewhere. I guess you could put it into the sales of people actually coming through the turnstiles. But anyway, here is the back of the Oviraptor. I thought it'd be quite nice to have more of these egg boxes. And also you would have seen the really rusted cage that I'd imagine they would come in and be held there until it was their time to shine, so to speak. Yeah, so more grunge to the side of the kind of selling area here. I really like this idea, again, that on the desk there, you would have seen me put in this open egg, and that's kind of a tip jar that they expect people to come along and be like, hey, you want to donate to the Oviraptors? Then, buy some eggs and enjoy. Now I am moving on to building, this is kind of hard shelter. I use the term hard shelter very lightly. It's literally a shed. And one of our Oviraptors is inside there. You can see them. And I was very much aware that they were there while I was building this, but because of the issues of moving the Oviraptors, I thought, should I just keep one inside? But the way that I've positioned it is that I would want to move the whole entire building a little bit back, just so they've got a little bit more room at the front to walk about. I'm trying to be conscious of the space, but also unconscious of the space, because the whole idea is that it's a very small enclosure, that they're not supposed to have a lot of space. And then if you notice at the back there, that is where our little egg stall is. I did have this discussion with my husband, and he suggested moving the egg stall to the front of the park. But my reason behind that is because this is so illegal and they shouldn't be selling the eggs, and they're so bad at marketing that you have to go down this side path to actually find that you can even purchase Oviraptor eggs. Now, I would imagine that these eggs are definitely have no embryo inside them. I don't know if that's the correct term, so apologies if it is or isn't. But yeah, these eggs are just purely for consumption. And look there, I opened up the door and our little Oviraptor friend is standing in there, and I felt terrible. So we're actually going to take the door off right now, and they can just come out whenever they want to, even though I actually think that they are stuck in there. So what we're going to do is we are probably just going to have to move the whole entire shed, and it can come out and be with its friends. So I'm just finishing off this building here. I thought it'd be quite cool to just have this little design part at the top. It'd be great if I could have something small enough and maybe put a little Oviraptor silhouette on the top of here, which would be pretty cool, like what you see on chicken coops. But I don't think we've got anything like that in game at the moment, and I'm not very good at art shapes, so yeah, I'm just quite happy the way that this has turned out. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun to build it. Then I thought about putting in some enrichment items. So, they've got some tires here that they can play with. This is kind of the backstage stuff for our, gosh, you wouldn't even call them keepers. They're not even rangers. They're just people who work at this place. And they definitely don't have any kind of qualifications to work here either. So this is the enclosure inside the enclosure. They would probably put the Oviraptors here, which are getting ready to fight, or ones that they want to save. I'm not entirely sure. It was just a kind of a nice idea, but you can see here that everything is obstructed and I cannot move it back there. So I decided to get rid of all the Oviraptors, and then I'm putting them back, and here is one that I thought looked very sad, and I was going to use this as a thumbnail, but I'm quite glad that I didn't. So yeah, we're now moving them to a better place, and they are going to get airlifted, and then I can pop this back in exactly where I want it. But it does, however, mean that I'm going to have to go away and get another set of Oviraptors into this habitat. And before we do that, we're just putting in more of this foliage here, putting in some of these dry bushes, just to make it all tie in lovely together. And just so the guests can't see through, I thought I'd put some ivy in the back here as well, and then we're just putting in some terrain paint just to make it look all legit. And here is our Oviraptors. I think this is the second batch that we've actually put into this park, so there they are. One of them actually went straight through the fence, but don't worry, they are still in there. As you can see, their tails have increased the length. Don't know why that happens, but yeah, it's very comical and very amusing to me that it keeps on happening. Definitely something that Frontier will have to look at, but I genuinely think it's because I am trying to break the game, and there we go, everything's nice and fixed now. Because look at the amount of space that they have. They probably shouldn't even be allowed to be in this area. Yeah, I think the ones over at the other side just will not move at all. They're kind of glued into that position. So here is some of the glamour shots. Can you use the word glamour? Here are some of the shots for our Oviraptor habitat. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please do remember to hit the like button, hype this video, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Until next time, take care.